Hi lovelies, and welcome to another beautiful and interesting tutorial. So today guys, it's all about how to achieve this beautiful V neckline. So I'm going to be showing you a secret or secrets on how to achieve this beautiful V neckline. So if you're interested in this one, please sit right back, relax and enjoy watching, and do not forget to subscribe. First of all is to cut out the neckline for either the dress or the top. And for this, I want the total width of the neckline to be 5 inches. So on fold, it's going to give me 2.5 inches. So this is for the back neckline. So I have 2.5 inches by 1.5 inches depth. So this is what the back neckline looks like. By the way, I'm just doing this to show us what the actual neckline looks like before we proceed to the main tutorial, okay? So that's why you see me cutting it out a little like so. So for the front neckline, remember we have 2.5 inches for the back. So for the front, we are going to be adding 1 inch to the 2.5. Okay, so the actual neckline is 2.5, which we have here, and then we add an extra 1 inch for the front. Okay, that's it for the width. And then for the depth, it depends on the choice on the depth you want. For me, I'm going to be using 6 inches for the depth. Okay, and at this depth area of the neckline, I'm going to be marking outward from the center fold 1.1 inch, 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to be connecting to give us the V shape like so, but not, the actual V. So this is what it looks like. So I'm going to be cutting along the shape that we have like so. So the shape that you can see is what your neckline should look like before you proceed with the actual V neckline that we, intend to make. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And then I open up, and this is what your neckline for the front should look like. You can see it's not yet giving us the perfect V neckline. So by the time you place the back on the front, you can see that the front is much wider than the back, and that is what it should look like before you actually proceed to the making of our perfect V neckline. So let's get right into that. And to get started with that, you first of all measure the length, that's the depth of your neckline diagonally like so, and add an extra 2 to 2.5 inches to the length. Okay, and then for the width, I'm going to be using, that's for the attachment I'm going to be using for the V neckline, I'm going to be making use of 2 inches for the width of that. So this is what I'm going to be using to make the V neckline. So I place on fold like so. Okay, so I get my 2 inches and then place it on fold. As for the width, like I said, I'm going to be using 2 inches for the width, and then I iron out placed on fold, and then I mark out the length. Remember I said you're going to be adding an extra 2 inches to the length that you already measured from your actual blouse or dress. Okay, so I have that cut out. So I'm going to be cutting 2 of these, okay, because I need 2 of these to achieve the neckline. So I use this one as a sample, and then I place it on the fabric, and I have it cut out as well. Okay, so that's it basically for the cutting. So as you can see, I have the 2 piece that I'm going to be using for the V neckline making, and then I open on fold, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to be attaching or fixing an interface on it. This is an ST, by the way. So I placed it on the ST. I have it ironed out and cut out basically. This is a no-brainer. We should all know how to go about this particular step. So after ironing, I place them back on fold and also iron as well, okay, because I'm going to be using it placed on fold like this. Okay, so I iron out on fold, and after that, this placement is ready. So I come back to my actual dress and I place the piece on the neckline like so, and then I'm going to be stitching down like this. So let's go to the stitching machine. So I come to the stitching machine, and then I place it like so, and then I stitch all the way to the depth of the neckline. At this point, make sure you don't exceed this point more than 2.5 inches. Okay, you are not going to be stopping exactly at that point. You just exceed that length by at most 0.25, okay, not 2.5. And then I get the second one as well. And in the placement, please note that the black is like about ½ inch or 2.5 inches higher at neckline. That's the shoulder slant area. And then I also stitch down at like so, making sure that I exceed the length by about 0.25. So at this point now, it's time for me to notch up to that point that I stitched. So this is the main reason why I had to stitch 0.25 inch extra after the depth of the neckline. So your notching should stop exactly at that point. And after the notching, you turn out, or you just try to bring out this our black piece like so. After which, the next thing, you are going to be turning it to the right side of the dress. Okay, so at this point, you can see that our V neckline is already taking shape just by looking at it. And then I turn to the right side, like I said earlier, and then I make sure I insert this V neckline piece, or pieces rather, into the back side, as the wrong side of the dress. And while I do that, I make sure that the V neckline is actually what is placed correctly. So by doing that, once I get the placement, I hold it down with the help of an office pin, and then I turn to the wrong side again. Now I'm ready to finish up the stitching. So you can see that the notched part area, I'm going to be stitching from the other end to the other end, exactly at the point that the notching stops. Please do not exceed that notching, so that you can have a very neat and perfect finishing at the right side. Okay, so you stitch exactly at that point, and by the time you turn to the right side of your dress, you should be having a very perfect stitching without anything poking out or poking or looking puffy. Okay, so you can see what it looks like. By the time you give it a good press, it's going to lay very flat. So I place on fold so that I can trim off the excesses that I have at the upper part of the shoulder or the dress. So I open up to finish up. So at this point, this is ready, and I just give it ironing both at the wrong and the right side. And guys, our V perfect neckline is ready for use. Meanwhile, do not forget to weave the inner part of the neckline so that you can have a very neat finishing on the inside. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. I hope it was insightful and educative as well. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next one. Bye.